Clearview Chronicles, Ibrahim Traoré's mega projects. Can Burkina Faso really transform itself? Intro: a new vision for the Sahel. For decades, Burkina Faso was viewed as one of the poorest and most fragile nations in West Africa. A landlocked country battling terrorism, political instability, poverty, and weak infrastructure. Roads remained unfinished. Factories remained scarce. Energy shortages slowed development. And dependence on foreign loans shaped much of the country's economic future. But today, something different is happening. Under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is attempting one of the most ambitious state-led transformations in modern African history. Factories, roads, energy projects, agricultural industrialization, transportation corridors, and a development vision reportedly valued at nearly $64 billion through 2030. To supporters, this is an African renaissance. To critics, it is an ambitious experiment facing enormous risks. But one question stands above all: can Burkina Faso actually pull it off? This is Clearview Chronicles. Chapter 1: The Country Traoré Inherited. When Captain Ibrahim Traoré seized power in 2022, Burkina Faso was already facing a national crisis. Armed insurgent violence linked to extremist organizations had spread across large parts of the country. Military frustration was rising. Public trust in politicians had collapsed, and much of the population felt economic progress had stalled despite decades of international assistance. Like neighboring Mali and Niger, anti-French sentiment was growing. Many citizens questioned why years of foreign military cooperation had failed to stop insecurity. Into this environment stepped a young military captain promising something radically different: self-reliance, national sovereignty, and development without dependency. Chapter 2: The 64 Billion Gamble. At the center of Traoré's economic vision is a massive national transformation strategy reportedly valued at roughly $64 billion for the period between 2026 and 2030. The goal? To fundamentally redesign Burkina Faso's economy through industrialization, agricultural independence, infrastructure expansion, energy security, resource sovereignty, domestic manufacturing. The government argues that for decades, Burkina Faso exported raw materials while importing finished goods, keeping the country trapped in economic dependence. Now, the strategy is shifting toward what officials call local value addition. Instead of exporting raw resources, the country wants to process, manufacture, and build domestically. But how much of this plan is already happening, and how much still remains a promise? Chapter 3: The Industrial Push, 2023-2025. Agriculture becomes industry. One of the government's earliest priorities involved reducing food waste and increasing domestic agricultural processing. Instead of exporting crops in raw form, Burkina Faso began emphasizing agro-processing facilities aimed at transforming local harvests into finished products. Projects linked to tomato processing, cashew production, cotton transformation have become major talking points of the government's economic agenda. Supporters argue this could reduce import dependence and keep more profits inside the country. Critics caution that large announcements must still prove long-term profitability and scale. Still, the direction of travel is clear. Industrialization has become central to Traoré's economic identity. Textile sovereignty. Cotton has long been one of Burkina Faso's most valuable exports. Yet historically, much of that cotton left the country unprocessed. Now, officials are pushing for expanded domestic textile manufacturing, including support for traditional fabrics such as Faso d'Anfani. For supporters, this is about more than economics. It is cultural sovereignty, a push to ensure Burkina Faso manufactures what it wears rather than relying heavily on imports. Chapter 4: The Electric Vehicle Experiment, 2025. Then came one of the most surprising announcements. In early 2025, Burkina Faso launched a domestic electric vehicle assembly initiative near Ouagadougou. The project, linked to the company Itawa Motors, introduced locally assembled electric vehicles with international technical cooperation. Supporters celebrated the launch as a major step toward technological modernization. Critics quickly pushed back. Some questioned whether the vehicles represented true domestic manufacturing or imported systems assembled locally. But regardless of the debate, the symbolism mattered. A Sahel nation historically associated with instability was now attempting to enter the electric mobility space. And politically, the message was unmistakable. Burkina Faso intends to industrialize. Chapter 5. The Infrastructure Revolution. Perhaps no project captures Traoré's ambitions more than infrastructure. For decades, Burkina Faso's transportation system struggled with underinvestment. Many roads remained deteriorated or incomplete. Trade corridors slowed commerce, and logistics bottlenecks limited economic growth. Then came the Faso Mêbo initiative. The government began acquiring fleets of heavy machinery, road equipment, asphalt systems, and industrial construction assets. Official ambitions are enormous, between 3,000 and 5,000 kilometers of roads paved annually. But there is an important distinction. This figure represents a national target, not completed construction. Still, the scale of the ambition alone marks a major departure from previous development models. Chapter 6. The highway that could change Burkina Faso. At the center of the infrastructure vision lies an ambitious transportation corridor connecting Ouagadougou and Bobo-Dioulasso. The proposed route stretches approximately 332 kilometers and is envisioned as a major high-capacity transport link. Government plans include multi-lane expansion, interchanges, overpasses, freight mobility corridors, faster commercial access between major cities. If completed, the project could dramatically reduce transportation times and strengthen internal commerce. Supporters call it transformational. Skeptics question whether timelines and funding can keep pace with political promises. Chapter 7. The Airport Mega Project. Another major project drawing national attention is the long-running Donsin International Airport project outside Ouagadougou. Though the airport predates Traoré's administration, his government continues pushing construction efforts forward. The goal, to transform Burkina Faso into a stronger regional transport and logistics hub. If completed at scale, the airport could expand cargo operations, increase tourism capacity, improve regional air connectivity, support business investment. But questions remain over completion timelines and financing. As of 2026, the project remains ongoing. Chapter 8. Energy, fuel, and the nuclear question. Economic development requires electricity, and Burkina Faso continues facing serious energy shortages. To address this, the government has promoted multiple energy initiatives including expanded solar investments, energy sovereignty measures, fuel infrastructure reforms, discussions with Russia on nuclear cooperation. A proposed partnership involving Russia's state nuclear agency, Rosatom, has sparked major international attention. Supporters view nuclear cooperation as a bold long-term solution to chronic electricity shortages. Critics warn that nuclear development could take many years and face major financial and technical obstacles. For now, much of the vision remains in planning stages. Chapter 9. Development versus security. Yet beneath all these projects lies one unavoidable reality. Burkina Faso remains at war with insecurity. Armed groups continue operating across large sections of the country. Military operations consume major state resources, and development projects often unfold under difficult security conditions. This creates a major challenge. Can a nation fight insurgency and build industrial transformation at the same time? For Traoré's supporters, development itself is part of the security solution. Build roads, create jobs, expand infrastructure, strengthen national control. For critics, expectations may be outpacing reality. Chapter 10. Revolution or risk. Today, Ibrahim Traoré stands at the center of one of Africa's most closely watched political experiments. To supporters, he represents African self-determination, economic sovereignty, Pan-African development, resistance to dependency. To critics, military rule, political centralization, economic overpromising, high-risk nationalism. But one thing is certain: Burkina Faso is attempting something different. And if even part of these mega projects succeed, the implications could reshape how African development is approached across the continent. Clearview Chronicles outrow. For decades, Burkina Faso was seen as a country trapped by poverty, insecurity, and dependence. Now, under Ibrahim Traoré, it is trying to rewrite its future through roads, factories, energy, and national ownership. Some call it revolutionary, others call it political theater. But the answer may not come from speeches, it will come from results. Will Burkina Faso become a model for African self-reliance? Or will these mega promises collide with the realities of war, economics, and time? The future of the Sahel may depend on the answer.